What's up guys, Wallen Customs here and welcome to episode 2 of Improve Your Figure. But right now we have SH Figuarts Thanos, however you want to say it. I say Thanos. I love this figure, especially the one in the armor. It's my favorite one, but there are a couple of things I want to improve on it. So let's get to work. Alright, this, this, him, this, and then we need that. Alright, so let's get to work, guys. So first thing I want to do is switch with the arms. I actually kind of like the arms better from this Thanos on the armored one because I think he looks more menacing. I think he looks tougher. I mean, the armor is pretty nice and cool, but let me just do it really quickly. That's the best part about these figures, that these joints do pop out, but just ball joints really easily. And now... And I've done this before when I was fooling around, and I actually quite like it. Just like that. There's something about just his arms, you know, you see all the muscles on him. I think he looks a lot more menacing, in my opinion, without the armor on it. His gauntlet is more gold rather than bronze in this one, but I don't mind that. I think it stands out even more. I actually think it should be gold because it's a really powerful weapon to have, right? But yeah, that's one thing I like about it. So next thing what I want to do is fix this figure because this figure can sit pretty easily, you know, be in a sitting position like that. While this one, he can't quite do that because if you see really quickly right here, this corner right here hits right there, and you can't really bring his arm. Like you could bring his leg down by the joint, but then it doesn't really go in the same position that you need it to make a sitting position. It kind of goes inward. It's really weird like that. So I actually want to Dremel down this whole corner right here, and if so, I might even just Dremel down the whole thing to make it look more weathered looking, just to go with it. And that's the whole point. Don't be scared, homie. Just do it. You know, this is your figure. Do whatever you want with it. Make it better to your own liking. So with that, I'm going to use a Dremel right here and just start going to town. Alright, so after doing it for a while, it occurred to me to even just to Dremel a little bit inside here and see if that makes a big difference. Which I probably should have done in the beginning. But it is what it is. Alright, so now that we have him sitting, I actually want to bring in his arms a little bit also, because even with this one, it could extend a little bit closer inward, like this. But this is being prevented with just this little thing right here, I believe. Right there. Just like that. Just a little bit, that little angle, he could now turn his whole arm in just a little bit better. So it could rest before. This one can't really do that all the way in. Alright, next to shift things over, I want to take this head, I'm going to use a hot gun, try to, you know, warm it up, and then we're going to pop this head off. There you go. So now we have this. And we want to take that. But in the inside right here, there's a little bit of a groove that we're just going to have to Dremel down or cut it. Make it nice and smooth. Alright, so what we're gonna do now, heat this up till it gets really soft, place it over his head, and mold it down perfectly, like that. And then I put it under cold water to mold it to his head. Alright, so I think that was pretty good. I really try to squeeze in the sides right there. And now this looks, I know, it's not going to be as flush as this one, obviously. But, you know, it is an actual helmet on his head, so it is what it is. But this is like insanely thin. Alright, as he waits right there, I just want to do the next thing on the ticket. Alright. Just like he said, he'll do it himself. Now for this hand, I don't think he actually came with a gripping hand. So I'm just going to give him the other hand right here from the armored Thanos. The next one I want to do actually is, this is his double-bladed sword right here. I like this. It's not screen accurate, but I still like it. But I actually have this. And this is from Sentinel Prime. This is actually from the original third movie of Transformers, Dark Side of the Moon, from the leader class Sentinel Prime. And this is a huge double-bladed sword. And I love this so much because, like, it has like the alien writing on it already. I actually painted this already myself, like 10 years ago, whenever it originally came out. It was a long time ago, probably like 7 or 8 years ago. But yeah, I like it. So I'm gonna paint this part gold right here, so it matches him better. And then this one actually fits his hand pretty well. You shouldn't have a problem getting in there. We have a Thanos right here. There you go. Alright, so we have a problem. I thought I had a gold leaf paint, but I can't find it. And that kind of sucks, and I don't know how I'm going to buy new paint right now, especially if all the stores closed during the COVID lockdown. So I might have to improvise like crazy on this one. Which kind of sucks, but you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Alright, first thing I want to do actually though, I want to sand down this a little bit. Just get it smooth. I actually want to sand down the whole figure itself just to make it some weathering on it. I don't want to do it too much to be too crazy looking, but I do like my figures a little worn out. Because this is Thanos from Endgame, and he really went into battle and he got his hands dirty, so I think it should reflect a little bit like that on his armor. So any parts that I'm sanding down, I'm going to go over with some silver. So I know exactly where I want to do it. Pretty much. Alright, when it comes to paint, this is what I got so far. And honestly, it's my fault. I honestly have not painted in probably like 2 years. Or maybe a little less, but then like seriously painted where I needed a lot of colors. So I do have some stuff. I have Citadel Black right here. I have some gray, I have some metallic right here. I have some Tamiya paints as well. Whatever I can find. Literally whatever I can find. We are literally going into deep into the drawer right now, trying to find whatever I can to fix this up the way I can. But this is great because you know what this shows. Sometimes you gotta improvise and do what you gotta do, and things don't work out exactly how you plan, but you try to make the best of it. And especially with the stay-at-home order and everything's closed. Like I said, I don't think I'm gonna be able to find or buy paint anywhere. Light coats first. Always. kind of just brush it in a little bit of some blackness. So we're gonna go over everything with black first and then touch it up with some silver. Alright, let that dry a little bit. It's a little raw right now. But as this goes on, let's have some fun, alright? So we're gonna whip this guy out. This is metallic gray. I have metallic silver, but it might be a little bit too shiny for what I want to do. Kind of dry brush this on a little bit. Some parts. All these white marks I made with the sandpaper on this figure, I'm gonna use gray over it. I promise I'll show this in better lighting afterwards. This is just my little counter workstation that never really intended to shoot videos, but spotlight is like facing right here, so I'm kind of behind the light. But yeah, right now we're just doing our standard weathering dry brushing job that you could do yourself, but we're doing it really slowly. Like this side, I'll give it a little more. This side, I'll leave it alone. So right now I got some gray right here. Not even metallic, not shiny, but let me put on the feet a little bit. And I like to keep a damp paper towel by me because, for instance, I'm putting a lot on this right now. And when you kind of rub off a little bit, leave some on that looks a little bit more natural looking. Then after that, I might go over some black as well. This is all about layers, so you just take your time, keep going at it. The trick is always to water down your paints while you do this kind of thing. You're basically just like a wash, basically. That's what you're basically doing. Alright, so I'm actually going to be giving this guy a wash with gray, actually. Nice flat gray. Because I gotta try to dull down the armor, the gold on it. Because it's too shiny. And I don't have the right paint to match the helmet with the armor. Which kind of sucks. But like I said, you gotta work with what you got. And make the best of it. Now with the helmet, what I'm actually going to do is use some chrome on it to shine it up with some detail. The total opposite, when I'm trying to dull down this, I try to brighten this because the helmet color is not the same as this armor, obviously. It's close, but it's not quite there. This guy. So already, I'm almost getting there. Doling out this, kind of shining this up a little bit, kind of getting the weathering going, trying to just match it up a little bit more. So right now what I'm doing is I'm repainting the black parts because I grayed out this whole outfit armor basically. That's looking really dull. So when I go over the black parts and enhance the black parts, I'm making you see that first and pretty much tricking your eyes to pay more attention to the black than the actual gold or the whole outfit itself. Sprinkle some gunmetal. Alright, with this now, so I totally forgot about this part right here. Actually, this is a great time to even see the difference on how the golds used to be like. This is nice and shiny looking, very prominent gold, and I dulled down all this to pretty much help match the helmet now. And like I said, I really like to do it nice and watery. It's almost like it's not even sticking on. But once you let it just sit there for a little bit, it starts to dry up just a little. It gives you a lot more time to work. And start dabbing. Start dabbing. Alright guys, so here he is in all his glory. Thanos, to my liking. I think it came out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I like the added touch to the arms. I think his muscles, he looks a lot more menacing looking and cooler. The helmet was the biggest thing for me, honestly, because the Hasbro one was a different shade color than the armor. Here's a comparison with the original one. A lot more shinier. But I think I dulled out the original armor to really match pretty well, as you can see right there. So I'm pretty happy how that turned out. And I think the helmet looks pretty good. I mean, it's not slim and small like the original one is, right? But it's actually not bad. It looks a little bit more realistic, if anything, in my opinion, because it's a helmet, right? Should be a little big. But I think it looks pretty good, especially in certain angles. Right there. And also overall, I think I did a pretty decent job on the armor itself. You know, I wanted to do some weathering damage on it. Not too much, but just enough to show that he has been in battle. You know, so I think it looks pretty good overall. Also didn't want to make it too much because I wanted like the black parts to accent and pop out a little bit more, so it doesn't look that damaged. But I think it came out pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to his saber right here, his double bladed sword right there. The gold isn't, of course the gold isn't matching because I didn't have the right colors, but actually it kind of matches the gauntlet a little bit better now, so I'm fine with that. Like his two main weapons, right? The gauntlet and his double bladed sword. So it looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. And going to the gauntlet itself, as you can see, I definitely tried my best with that one to make it look like he doesn't have any more infinity stones, at least. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Here is the original color. You can see with the wash I did with it, it definitely looks a little bit more, I mean, not too shiny, not too brand new, you know. I don't even think it was that shiny in the movie anyway. So I think overall the wash definitely helped it and also enhanced some of the detail on it as well. I actually wanted to get, like I said before, if I didn't, that third-party hand that has no gauntlet, but I contacted the seller. They don't have it anymore at this moment, which is fine. No rush, really. But that being said, I actually want to take this arm, this forearm, and put it on him right there. I thought about it. I might do it later, but the reason why I didn't do it right now is because the fun part about this is that, let me take this off really quickly. The fun part about this is that I could actually take the nano gauntlet, is what it's called? Well, the Iron Man one, and stick it on this hand like this, because you can't really put it on him with this whole thing on, unless you Dremel this whole fin down, which is a debate for later, I guess. You know, we'll see how that goes. But now he can wear this at the same time with both gauntlets, and if you get it in right, it looks pretty cool right there. And if you can change his head out, and you can angle it perfectly like this. So this looks pretty fun that he has like 2 Infinity Gauntlets. How powerful would he be, right? The last thing I want to address, of course, is his ability to sit, because he didn't have the best ability to sit before, and I drilled him down right here. Got a seat right there. Now he can hang out and chill out and have a better like pivot angle on his thighs right there. Bring his arms forward a little bit, just kind of relaxing like that. And for some odd reason, a relaxing Thanos is really relaxing in itself to look at. So that's about it, guys. I hope this video was fun. You know, I did some weathering all over the whole body. I did some weathering on the armor, changed up some parts, and now he's a different looking Thanos. And I'm quite pleased with it. You know, it's just a fun thing to do in general. You know, nothing I was really trying to strive for. It just, you know, trying something different for once. Trying something. That's pretty much what it is. So that's about it, guys. Thank you for watching. Like always, comment, criticize, subscribe, do whatever you want to pay attention. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Like the video, give it a thumbs up. Peace!